All right. Testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me? Testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me? Good. What's up, brother? What's going on? Good. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the video sound, and I want you to let me know if you can hear that. Okay, hold on.
Squared away. I think that they are processing this.
Let me know if you can hear that.
Sort of even-keeled way. I mean, it's certainly what they're projecting.
All right.
It doesn't feel as if it's sort of slipping away.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
I will say that, like,
basically,
Wednesday.
Basically, I'm on here tonight. Joe Biden is supposed to be having some type of speech, so I wanted to make sure that I could hear from you, and we could see what the man is trying to do. I know some of you are probably on the edge of your seats. Don't worry about it. Things are gonna work out. All right, things are gonna work out. My co-hosts might be in here, they might not. But I told them that they had a weekend off. But if we're gonna do something, they had the ability. I gave them the ability to join, so you might see them join here or not. But if you could share what we're doing, I really appreciate it. Biden is supposed to be. I hear that they have fireworks. Let me do this. I'm going to open up the phone lines, okay? If y'all want to call in. Let's see. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Okay. Phone line 718-618-4836. 718-618-4836. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I got my military hat on right now. We'll get ready to do some battling, but 718-618-4836 if you want to call in. How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? Are you mad, pissed off? Are you worried? What's on your mind? What's on your mind? They I guess Kamala Harris and Joe Biden both are going to be speaking. So again, we don't know what they're going to say. But one thing they can't say is that they want anything, because everything is still fluid. So, we don't know. But I don't know why they would be doing something impromptu. And I also heard they have fireworks. They need fireworks for it. If you're just going to talk. Let's see. Actually, we do have a phone call. What's it? 847. Hey, 847, you're live. What's going on?
Hey, this is Mike calling from outside of Chicago. How you doing?
What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Have you been privy to watching what's going on with Lou Dobbs with Sidney Powell?
No.
Tonight's episode.
No, I have not. As a matter of fact, I've been looking at so many numbers. I've been looking at the Senate. I've been looking at the House. I've been just keeping my eye focused on that. What happened?
Well, a lot of chatter has been going on that you've probably been seeing about this program called through the NSA called the Hammer, and the Hammer is a tool / weapon that since 2010 the United States has been able to meddle in other people's elections. That Hammer went to the Democrat operatives, and supposedly now Sidney Powell, Trump's attorney, says they have absolute evidence of how a lot of electronic ballots were changed to Biden through the use of this tool called the Hammer. And there's been a lot of chatter on this all over, social media, texting, Twitter, the whole bit. So I was just curious as if you heard of anything about it, because they're saying that this, from what I've been told, is that there's an overwhelming amount of information, damning information that's going to come out that's going to be helping this whole thing.
The only and thank you for your phone call. The only problem I have with the promise of damning information is that whenever it does come out, it never does anything. It's almost like a small spark, and it really never does anything. I mean, I want damning information. I want proof I want legit proof. I want video. I want the actions taken of people doing something. I just don't want it word of mouth. And when it comes word of mouth, then it's hard for a judge or hard for some type of lawyer or whatnot to accept it. And like Rona McDaniel had something up there in Michigan today. The woman said that there was something wrong with the machines or whatnot. Okay, guess what? Let's see it, or let the judge see it. Let the judge see it and make a judgment call on it. But let the judge see it. It just can't be how do you call it? It just can't be word of mouth type of thing. Somebody sent me a video today. It was dark, couldn't see anything, and I would play it for you, but it's just suspect to me. Two people were talking in the dark. One person was like, "Yeah, I got some ballots." It was almost like a late night thing. I was like, all you got there is two people talking. There's no showing of anything passing or anything illegal. Anybody can talk. Anybody can say anything, but you have to show something so that it gives President Trump some credibility. 812, go ahead.
Yes, I am on air just with you at the moment.
You're on air. You're on air.
Okay. The reason I'm calling is obviously about the election. I think we're all a little upset about that. I have created a petition on whitehouse.gov that already has almost 7,000 signatures in a little over a day. What I'm petitioning for is a complete audit in the election in Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. That's a tenth of the states. I think that'll give us a really good idea if voter fraud has happened across the country. What I'm asking for is that every ballot be verified. Only legitimate ballots will count. And then we have a hand count. So if there is fraudulent activity in any way, shape, or form, we should be able to catch it in that manner. And everybody should agree to that. Because if they're doing it to us this time, they can do it to you the next time. It's the integrity of the country. It's not just this president. It's our integrity. It's what, as Americans, it's our freedom to vote that makes us different from everywhere else. And if you take that away from us, we're no better.
Well, I mean,
we're no better.
What's your petition address so that anybody is watching can go and sign up for it?
I put it in the comment section on the live feed.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I can get you that. It's a big, long address. So.
Oh, well, okay.
Well, I do have it posted all over my personal Facebook page.
Okay.
And it's public. It's made public, so anybody can sign it. And I have a very unique first name. Okay. So if you type my name in, I'm going to come up.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you, dear.
Okay. First name is Dina, capital D-E-N-N-A, not Donna, Dina. And my last name is Freed, F-R-E-E-D. And you can find that link on there with that big, huge, long number.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Dina.
And I appreciate some of the national love. We need something going to help our president.
Yeah, we do.
He's been fighting, and we just need to do something to help him.
Right. No. I believe me. I totally agree. Thanks for the phone call. I just saw some come in, come out. Yeah, there we go. Right there. See, there we go. 954. You are live. Go. 954, number 2.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. It's a tough time now. But anyway, my name is Venicia from Florida. I'm so happy that my state didn't go for that foolishness.
All right.
Did not do that one. But I called for anyway. How's your night going so far?
Well, look. Let me tell you something. It's going. I'm not at the top of the walls. I'm not losing my hair or anything like that. I mean, I've been through this before in 2000. So the way I look at it is, it's going to play out, and we go from there. President Trump still has some cards to play on the table. Joe Biden's path is narrowing. I mean, it's almost like last night he needed this, and this. Now tonight he only needs this, or that and that, but he doesn't need what he needed last night. So his path is really closing up, and I'm glad the lawsuits are out there. But the judges are going to have to do something with those lawsuits.
Yeah, they're going to have to. But the problem is that I'm looking at it like this here. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to make excuses. This is the way I see it. Trump do have a pathway or getting the message out there, but he's not going to stop.
Right.
He's going to keep on fighting until the end, until he have no other choice. But from what I see, by me being a Christian, I pray and God is going to get them, because this is me. I don't like claiming stuff that I really have no information to prove. But in this incident, it's out there. It's just in everybody's face.
Right. You're right.
And the minute you use $1 million when you don't can really say count them, or you can have them vetted, or somebody can come and look at it, or have them audit to make sure it's right. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad.
Right.
So,
No, I mean, and then, you look at it from a social media perspective, you have a lot of people that are running after stories when they don't know whether it's true or not,
That's true too. That's true.
And
that's true.
And they're making things worse, actually, by sharing things that aren't legit, and it's really not helping President Trump at all. So,
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, right now they just need to get the information together, like they in court. Just let the courts handle this. The courts don't decide, then we know from here that we were just outmatched.
Right.
Simple as that.
Right.
And that's the way I look at it. To me, I look at the fact that they've been trying to get him out. They use everything in their tools to try to get it done.
Yep.
But I know one thing. We do have a God up above.
There you go. There you go.
He's going to handle it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Girl.
All right. I know where you come from. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you for calling in, though. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Take it easy.
All right. That's a spiritual young lady there. She know where her help come from. Her help coming from the Lord that made heaven and earth. What's up, 303? Go ahead.
Hello.
Yep, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I think that it's been a really crazy election. I can't believe what's going on right now. And it's really just important for us to all start seeing that voting has been compromised in this country for a really long time, from the 2000 election onwards. Florida flipped with the Brooks Brothers riot that was orchestrated by Oliver Stone. So I really appreciate you allowing us to have a voice here on RT and giving us all a chance to, come together maybe to recognize that voter suppression affects both Democrats and Republicans. And it's been a problem for a really long time in this country. And hopefully we can get some sort of reform.
Where are you calling from?
California.
Okay, California. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Look, and how do you see things playing out?
You know, the way that it appears that it's going to play out is that it's going to be contested in general. You know, like I think people are being relatively calm and peaceful, which is good, and hopefully everybody can unify over working towards a equitable democratic process in this country again. You know, like the liberals have been complaining about this for a really long time, that the votes have been suppressed or there wasn't enough transparency in voting.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully people on the right will start to unify and we can come to a place to start working together for fair, equitable elections in this country. Because at the end of the day, ultimately, we all want the best for this country,
right,
whether you're on the left or right.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, and I think a lot of people start losing that when we get stuck into a narrative framework, which,
right,
you know, a lot of people want to divide us. So I think that it's good that, for instance, at RT gets criticized a lot, but you guys have Chris Hedges and you have a lot of diversity of opinion on here. So I think it's really great that you have left-wing and right-wing voices.
You know what? I appreciate your call, man. And thank you, California.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. Let's see. We got 313. 313, you're live. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Yeah, I'm calling from Michigan.
All right. Michigan. Look, what's going on up there in Michigan?
There's a big rally in downtown today. You know, Stop the Steal. And actually, this is going on, I think, stopthesteal.us. You can get info on this because there's rallies planned basically in every state capital, either tomorrow or the next day. These things are going on every day. And what I was going to say is that, you know, I think it's pretty obvious. Trump got more of the black vote. He got more of the Hispanic vote. He got more of the LGBT vote, white women. And so that means that, you know, I think everyone kind of realizes that a bunch of people who voted for Trump last time would have had to vote for Biden if that's the case for him to win. So it's just you know, I'm actually a political organizer with LaRouche PAC, and we've been having Democrats approach us that say, I disagree with Trump, but I'm actually scared at what's going on because if this happens, it basically means there's no protections for democracy. So I think that if people continue to, if we see the same activity that we saw in the days before the election, like at the Trump rallies with tens of thousands of people showing up, it will, I think there is legal recourse for Trump. Legal challenges go on into December sometimes for elections.
Okay.
But we got to hold their feet to the fire. So if people don't give up and realize that the propaganda that is going on is directed at actually people that voted for Trump to get us to give up, to get us to think that what Trump is doing in challenging this is somehow crazy or desperate. That's all the propaganda right now. And it's directed at us. We got to realize that.
You know, the situation that's going on with the recounts and different and the voting and stuff. What do you think about the idea of stopping the count?
I think pausing the count, according to I think Matthew Turley, the constitutional expert, that's there's nothing wrong with demanding that the vote counting be paused in order to make sure that certain demands as far as election observers are met. I think that was the demand of the legal suit in Pennsylvania, which was actually, I believe, decided in Trump's favor. That they had to get election observers in, or else they have to actually stop the process. That's all part of it. Being able to observe elections, or pause the process until those oversights are met. There's nothing out of the ordinary about such demands, actually.
Okay. Well, look, I appreciate you calling in, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Let's see, 917, you are live with Wayne Dupree. My co-host should be around sooner or later, but 917, go ahead.
Yeah, this is me.
This is you.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think Barr made a biggest mistake. He should bring criminal charges against Biden because he said he refused to bring charges. If he did that, this would never happen. I think Trump should fire him because he refused to bring charges. It's ridiculous. If he brought it, this would never happen.
Okay.
You know, look what the mess he in.
So you're talking about Attorney General Barr.
Yeah, he refused to bring criminal charges against Biden during the election. If he did it, this craziness would never happen. You know, regarding what happened in Ukraine, all that stuff.
So,
you know?
so you're saying that probably would have made everything a whole lot better, though.
Yeah, that's prevented.
Okay.
You know, that was prevented.
Okay, all right, bro. I mean, you know, I mean, you don't think he had his hands tied behind his back for that?
What? I don't understand the meaning. What do you mean? Who?
You don't think Barr? Yeah, you don't think Barr? I mean, because honestly, when's the last time you saw somebody of major importance charged for anything?
Well, I understand what's tying behind their back. I understand what that means. What's that mean?
Well, in deep state talk, you don't. I mean, when was the last time some attorney general brought charges against somebody in the government?
Southern Silverman. What about Southern Silverman? They brought charges against him.
Who?
In New York. Southern Silverman. Remember SMBC?
No. Oh, no. I'm talking about in the main circle, like Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or Joe Biden. When was the last time you saw somebody of that importance with charges brought?
But they should. And I don't know what's so hard about it. What's so hard about
Their hands are tied.
You know?
Their hands are tied. That's why I was saying, do you think his hands were tied? Because it's almost like an unwritten bag of rules that you really can't do anything. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm just speculating right now. I just felt that.
Well, I can do it. Make me the United States Attorney General. I can do it. That's easy, man. I'll do it. Shoot. Make me the United States Attorney General. I can do it easy.
All right. Well,
what do you think?
All right, caller. I'm scared of you. 504. You are live. Go ahead here on the Wayne Dupree Show.
Hey, Wayne. My name's Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
I was just watching you live, and I wanted to call in and tell you what I experienced down here in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
So I live a little bit outside of New Orleans. I don't want to give out my exact information.
Okay.
But when I went in line to vote at my precinct, there was a gentleman in front of me who was told that he couldn't vote because his ballot, he had already turned in a mail-in ballot. And this gentleman was livid because he said, one, he had never received a ballot. And two, if he never received one, how the hell could he have turned one in, mailed it in? And I felt for the guy. And so after watching him argue back and forth, and he left upset, it made me kind of curious when I went, and it was my turn. And we have electronic voting where I'm at.
Okay.
And so I came up and I had asked, you know, what all information do you have there? And I said, please don't tell me that I voted too, because I certainly did not. And she looked up my name and she said, well, it says your name, your voter precinct, your address, and your party affiliation. I said, I just wanted to question, what's it say my party affiliation is? She said, you're a registered Democrat. I said, no, I'm a registered independent and have been for years. And she said, no, I'm sorry, ma'am. We're going to have to take that up with the registry, your voting precinct. So I just wanted to say, if this kind of stuff is happening down here in a very deep red state, I can't imagine what's going on for the rest of the country.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we're just seeing all of this stuff, and it's so hard I just want the facts to come out. I am so sick of watching, the stuff with Hunter.
Right.
We know Joe's been corrupt. It's been the entire time he's been in office. And I just don't see how so many people who are now voting for Trump that didn't in the last election, and then you see that we've taken on more members of the House, and yet the presidential numbers don't line up. It just makes no sense.
Right. You know what? And if you really think about it from a logical sense, where Republicans picked up seats in the House, Republicans, well, we didn't lose in the Senate. They still got a runoff in Georgia. That's why I was sort of hesitant about that. But
right.
For him to lose, it's crazy. And that doesn't make sense itself. And then for Joe Biden to have over 70 million popular vote, 75 million.
Yeah, I think it was 74 million some the last I saw.
That's crazy.
It is, and I actually heard on Newsmax today because I'm done with Fox, other than and Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity's other. I'm totally done with Fox. Maybe Mark Levin to put me to sleep sometimes, but regardless, I just cannot believe what I'm seeing here and how anybody that thinks logically that this is happening. I mean, we saw the Biden rallies. Nobody came out in support of Joe Biden himself. It was all anti-Trump. Everybody just was against Trump.
True.
And I just, I heard it in a few states that, an hour or two in on election night when they started counting, these precincts closed for some 4 hours. I heard another place that there was black vans that pulled up with boxes.
Yeah, and that
there's just
I mean now some of that I gotta let you go, but and thank you for your call. There are some stories out there like that. There are some stories talking about vans and stuff and pulling up. If anybody has proof that they see some vans and they're pulling stuff out and they're taking it into the place and they're starting to count, you need to show that video. But you just can't show a van pulling up to the building and then claim that some irregularities going. You have got to show some stuff to help President Trump. You just can't put some crazy stuff out there. 302, go ahead.
What's going on, Wayne? Man, I watch your show all the time, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Love what you do. Just kind of want to reach out and just talk about something real quick. Something I want to kind of elaborate for everybody so they can understand something. I'm out of Delaware here, so Delaware is a Biden state. I've known about probably over 1,700 to 1,800 people here in the state of Delaware that are friends of mine that have not voted for Biden, that have received ballots and all that stuff as well.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things I want to say, there's a lot, and it's not just going back to 2000 of when the voter fraud was going on. It's been going back way before that, because if you look at the times that you look at Barack Obama's era, when he was in office. I voted for the man, because I wanted to change differently, back then.
Okay.
When he got in. And the biggest thing I looked at was the numbers and the populations of a popular vote. So you're telling me in Arizona right now that there's 298,000 people for red and 298,220 people for blue. So you're telling me that there is over 450 million people in that state of Arizona that had voted for it to be such a tie score?
I know.
That to me tells me that's a little fishy. And one of the biggest things that I also like to say is that not only is voting by ballots, like absentee ballots, that's fraudulent because the biggest thing, if you look, regardless of the point of it, is, yeah, the signatures got to match up. But if an election is being held and I go to vote for you or I go to vote for somebody else and I say I'm voting for Wayne Dupree, all right, that election is ran at a certain time. After that, if somebody runs up and says, I have an absentee ballot, I'm sorry, the way it should be is, hey, no, you got your vote in late? Sorry, can't help you.
Right.
You didn't vote. You didn't get it in a timely manner.
Right.
The fact that all this stuff is coming in 2-3 days later, I can understand the military aspect of it because they're overseas. Yes. But the fact that you're still getting absentee ballots that were mailed out the day of the election,
right,
is unacceptable. That's fraudulent.
That's
I have a problem with that.
No, and most of us do, because back in the day when it was election day, at the end of the election day, there was no more counting. And nobody talked about anybody else and all the late ballots and stuff. Election day was election day. Now, whatever you did before that is between you and God. But on election day, people went and stood in lines and voted. Now, Democrats have been pushing this extra stuff for the last few elections. Actually, they've been pushing it, and they really haven't gotten any blowback from the American people and Republicans. So they continue to push as much as they can. When we saw this thing from the court saying, okay, well, we need 6 to 9 days to count votes after the Trump. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. I can understand a day, but why do you need 6 to 9 days after the election? You don't need that unless you're plotting some shenanigans or whatnot. Carl, I gotta let you go, but thank you for watching the show. And don't let this be the last time you call in, brother.
I won't talk, brother. Love you, brother.
All right, man. Love you too. Yeah, we got some awesome listeners, man. I just talked to Leah. Leah's gonna be in here real soon too. But let me take a quick break from me talking and let me show you this beautiful ad.
America is the place where anything can happen. America is the place where anyone can rise. And here, on this land, on this soil, on this continent, the most incredible dreams come true. This nation is our canvas, and this country is our masterpiece. We look at tomorrow and see unlimited frontiers just waiting to be explored. Our brightest discoveries are not yet known. Our most thrilling stories are not yet told. Our grandest journeys are not yet made. The American age, the American epic, the American adventure has only just begun. Our spirit is still young, the sun is still rising, God's grace is still shining, and my fellow Americans, the best is yet to come. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
You know, if these people in government would just have tried to work with President Trump, just tried to work with him, he would have worked with them. And that's just the truth. If they would have tried to work with him instead of pushing that resistance agenda from the get-go, they keep talking about how they wonder if President Trump is going to do a peaceful transfer, but then they haven't done a peaceful transfer since 2016. Carla, go ahead. Carla, you're live. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard this on the internet just today. Joe Biden is supposed to have said, we put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voting fraud organization in history of the American politics.
Caller.
Why wasn't that looked into?
Caller, don't go anywhere. Let me play this.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Is that what you're talking about?
Right.
You know what? One of the reasons probably why they didn't go after him is because they figured that since he's a gaffe machine, that it was just a straight up gaffe. That's probably what it was.
I don't think so. He was. I hardly ever hear him speak that clearly.
Right.
In
Right.
full sentence.
Yeah.
But that should have been investigated if he really said it, and if he did, that should really be investigated. I'm tired of things just flying by and nobody really looking into it. Plus, Nancy Pelosi, from what I understand, on the Gorka show, Sebastian Gorka, if that's how you pronounce his name, there was somebody that called in and said right before the election, a few weeks, whatever, she said, we've got it in the bag.
Well, yeah,
Now, you put those two things together. That's some serious business.
Well, I mean, she also said that Joe Biden will be president. That's what she said. Joe Biden will be president. And it's like, well, I mean, wow, that's a big thing of confidence. How do you know that? You know, but no, look.
Well, if that followed that, I don't know. I didn't hear that. So if that followed that, then that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
Joe
Biden said is not off the cuff.
Okay.
Not for him.
All right. Okay. Well,
he's too confused to say something so straightforward like that.
All right.
That's what I feel.
All right. Thank you, dear. All right.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Now. Yeah, there's no change in her mind. There's no change in her mind. No. Call 718-618-4836. 718-618-4836. You can call. You can be on the show. You can tell me what's on your mind. How you dealing? How's your family dealing with it? I got questions all the time. A lot of my family members talking about it. What do you think? 702. What do you think?
Am I on?
You on? Guess what? 702. You on?
Amen. I'm Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right.
I want to tell you, I'm Hispanic, American, Indian. We voted for Trump. All my family did, and we're very hurt, disappointed. This is fraud all the way. I listen to your show all the time.
Thank you.
Glad I got through. I want to say God bless you for all your hard work that you've done for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I pray God is working. He is going to work for us, and then He'll come through somehow, some way. And President Trump is the greatest president in my lifetime. I'm 61 years old, and I dearly love the man.
Aww.
And I want everybody out there pray.
Well, you know what? I am so glad that you took the time to call me tonight. I really am. In listening to you and listening to your spirit, I just wish we had a whole lot more in America that had your spirit right now. I really do. I really do.
Thank you so much. One more quick little thing. My girlfriend let me know today when she went to vote on election day, they told her she already had voted by mail.
Oh.
And yeah, she put up a fight. She goes, they were calling supervisors, getting on the phone. They had her there for 45 minutes before they let her in and vote. And they wouldn't give her any information on where that ballot came from. They just said, you voted already. She says, no, I didn't. That's why I'm standing here. And it's happening.
Was
so
it?
I have contacted the Republican Party today.
Yeah.
We are waiting for a call back on them and to report that she's another one. So. And
this was in Nevada too?
Right, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay,
That's
all right.
She works down at Caesars, and long time. We've been here for 28 years, and it's never happened.
All right, well, guess what? I will. I hope. Hopefully, Chairman McDaniel is listening, and they will give you a call back.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
For us.
Thank you, dear. All right. What we got here? 304. We got 304 on the line. 304. What you doing calling me?
Hello.
What you doing calling me? 304.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I just saw on TV showing Joe Biden making a gaffe. Yeah, he kind of does that. Kind of makes him human. Trump makes outright lies. Kind of makes him inhuman. I don't know. I've never seen a president kill over 240,000 people and get elected again.
Oh, so you're saying President Trump killed over 200,000 people?
Yeah. Have you watched the numbers lately? We had over 1,000 deaths today.
Oh, okay. President Trump did that.
We had how many?
No, I said President Trump did that.
Yes.
So
he disbanded the task force that was set up to catch these contagions before they came in our country. And then when it got to our country, he played it down and held rallies and spread it all over the place. He couldn't even keep the White House safe. I'd rather vote for a president that wants to keep us all safe, wants us to live. I mean, if we just let Trump keep running it, we're all going to be dead.
Okay, listen. You know what? I appreciate you calling. I appreciate your point of view. I disagree. With what you're talking about, but you know, I understand you. And you say you voted for Trump?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't vote for somebody that went bankrupt that many times.
Oh.
He can't even manage his own money.
Oh.
He started out with $400 and something million born into it and lost that.
Where do you get your news?
Bankrupt 3 casinos. Google it.
Google. Okay.
Casinos couldn't sell vodka, steak, and water. The 3 basic things people live on.
Okay.
Had a fake charity for cancer kids. He's not even allowed, and his whole family is not even allowed to be on the charity board again.
Wow.
Because of that. Not even onto a board of a charity.
What do you think about?
They were just scamming cancer kids.
Where do you think? What do you think about Hunter Biden?
He's not running for office. Couldn't care less about him.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's not going to be put in the White House like Trump's kids.
Okay, and where do you get your news from?
I get my news from all over the place.
Okay, where? Where?
I'm getting some of it from you at the moment.
Okay, good, touche. Where do you get your news mainly from?
I check out. I don't stick to any one particular channel. I go through them all. So I get every different one. I go to Fox, see what they're saying. I go to ABC, CBS,
and
TYT,
CNN, MSNBC. Don't be afraid to call them. You know, I mean. No,
I go to every single one of them.
Okay,
TYT, the Young Turks.
There we go.
The 5th column.
There we go. The Young Turks. Okay. Well, look, dear, thank you so much. I really.
The 5th column, your show.
Well,
look, I look at every single one of them.
Well,
I'm more than happy to take in other people's opinions.
Okay.
And have
me too.
A logical conversation with adults. I mean, but I don't need to have big babies crying like Trump.
Well, you look, you've been a peach. Thank you so much for calling. Okay.
Well, I respect your opinion too.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
I hope you have a nice day. Wear your mask. Stay safe.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can't get mad with that. It's Friday night. That's called a hottie toddy. 951. Go ahead. 951. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling in because there's a phone number on YouTube. I just wanted to know if I was calling in the right.
All right. You just don't call just because there's a number on YouTube. That's crazy, you know. 336. Go ahead.
Yes. Is this Wayne Dupree?
Yes, ma'am.
It is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, this is Linda in North Carolina, and I just found out that I'm still here.
You have to turn your TV down, dear.
My TV's down.
Okay, go ahead.
It's on. Okay. In Michigan, they found there was some software.
I saw that earlier.
Had a glitch.
Yeah, I saw that earlier
Hello?
today. Yeah, we're here.
See it? Okay, well, that's what I was calling about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 47 counties had used that software, and other people could have used it too.
Yeah,
in
and
other states. But I just wanted to let you know if you didn't know.
yes, ma'am. I saw that earlier, and I was like, you know, the judge, they have to get that to the judge so that the judge can see it, and then the judge can make a ruling on it. But if it's just somebody standing in front of a mic saying it, it's going to drum up emotions if they don't show it, and they got to show it to the judge.
Well, it was on Tim Cass had it on his Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, dear. I'm here.
Okay, I saw it on Tim Cass on his
He showed the machine.
He showed the video of the congressman or somebody somebody in the Mexican.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it today. The only thing I'm saying is that they're going to have to show the machine to the judge so that the judge can make a ruling. They you know, if somebody just gets in front of a mic and says whatever they can, it's going to drum up a whole lot of emotion from people who feel like they've been cheated. And I'm sure that this woman has a whole lot of stuff to back it up. She just has to put it in front of the judge. But thank you for your call, dear. North Carolina. What's this? 314. Go ahead.
What up, Wayne Dupree? How you doing?
Where have I heard your voice from? What's up, man?
What up, man? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe up in St. Louis.
All right, man. What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm just trying to figure out. I know you're pretty knowledgeable about this election and this election process. I wanted to know.
Dude, I'm trying.
Do you know if there is a way that Donald Trump can stop Joe Biden from stealing all these states or stealing this election like this?
Do tell, brother.
Is there a way?
Oh, he's going to have to do it through the courts, man. He's going to have to do it through the courts because there's going to have to be a lot of recounting. But for the recount to work, he's got to show proof. It's got to be proof. It just can't be, well, some people outside said that they couldn't get in to watch. That doesn't show proof of the ballots not being counted right. It shows that the law was broken, that the people couldn't go in there and see it, but it doesn't show that the counts were not being done correctly. See what I'm saying? So
if we don't have any proof, there's nothing they can do but just steal this election like this.
Well, there was a lawsuit that was thrown out in Michigan actually yesterday from the Trump campaign.
It was thrown out, meaning they don't have any other recourse in that state
for that one, and I'm sure that they filed some more. So we'll see where that goes. Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Howdy.
So do they have to wait until they can take it to the Supreme Court to go through the states first, or can you just take it straight to the Supreme Court?
No, they can't take it straight to the Supreme Court. They have to try through the states first, and then get results there, and then go to the Supreme Court.
Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, and you all
My
have
man.
a great day, great content as usual.
My
and,
man.
I'll keep supporting.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you. What's up, Lee?
Hi, how are ya?
I'm fine. How you be?
I'm all right. Just got home from grocery shopping. Look at that.
What'd you get me?
I got you some brisket. You like that?
Yeah.
You can cook that up for us. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody. I see we got our usual on. That's good.
Yeah.
Did you talk about the breaking news with Justice Alito? He's issued an order that any ballots received after 8 p.m. on Election Day in Pennsylvania must be segregated and secured, and if counted separately. Did you know that?
I thought that was the ruling anyway.
Well, you know how it goes. The opposite side has to reply by 2 p.m. Saturday. So I'm thinking that they were being counted in and added to this count right now, and they can't add it into this. So they might have to remove some. That's my impression.
Did you see the how the number in Pennsylvania was growing like that?
Yeah, I saw. I saw that.
I was like, how in the hell? I mean, that's like biblical growing there.
Well, the odd part is Westmoreland County. I'm familiar with Pennsylvania. For those in the audience who
hold on, caller.
For those in the audience who don't know, I actually live in Pennsylvania, and Westmoreland County is typically Republican, and they're saying that they're finding a lot more Democrat votes in Westmoreland County, and I find that strange. I really do. I'll be honest with you. So I think that there's going to be a recount in Pennsylvania for sure.
All right, caller, go ahead.
Wayne, how you doing, man? This is Joe from Michigan.
What's up, Joe? What's going on?
Man, I'm telling you, you are a true professional sitting here watching you handle that woman, from North Carolina, who is truly uneducated.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are the news now, man, and I want to tell you, we watched you the other night. We love you guys. We love the reaction. You guys are very intelligent. The people up here in Michigan, we are mostly Trump supporters. So hopefully we pull this off and shows the class of Michigan, because right now we don't have the leaders around making sure everything runs the way the people have really grown to know.
Right.
This new normal is not normal for most of us.
That's true.
So we're just sitting back watching because we hope that we have the voice. You see all over the nation who's speaking up, and then you see all over the nation who's burning down.
Right.
We've been trying to build bridges for a long time, but the bad thing is there's too many potholes in the road and nobody willing to fix them.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, thank you for the compliment, and we appreciate you listening all the time. That's for sure.
Thank you very much. God bless you guys, and God bless the United States of America.
There we go, man.
God bless.
I love that.
And do we also know this breaking news? Michigan Republican Adam, what is it, Kochendorfer? I'm not good with last names. He was down 104 votes, and then he won by 1,127 after the glitch was fixed. There's something majorly wrong going on in Michigan. I know you had a caller on that just talked about one of the representatives coming out and saying there was a glitch. Those votes actually did turn. They turned for Trump, and it actually flipped the county back to Trump County. Supposedly there's 47 counties in Michigan, Wayne. If they all had that exact same tabulation system, they're going to have to be checked. So I have a feeling Michigan, we all keep talking about Georgia and Pennsylvania. I've got a feeling Michigan's also going to be talked about a lot. We're ignoring that one, but Michigan's going to come into play if this is the truth.
Okay. 907 is calling back. I'll let you take this one. Go ahead.
You're live. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Gone. Yeah. 928, you are live. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Tim calling from Arizona.
Hey, Tim.
I've been watching you guys for quite a while.
Hey, Tim from Arizona.
And you first started.
I just want to let you guys know that here in Arizona, the California invasion, and I'm going to say Illinois, Michigan, parts of Michigan, and a lot of Washington and Oregon here now. That's why the vote has changed here.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And it was really easy to see that. I mean, I drive a bus for a living, and I'm out all day, and I almost see as many California plates here as Arizona plates.
I was wondering.
And
I was wondering about that. No, I was wondering about that because I knew that they were crossing your state for Texas, but I was wondering if they were stopping, if some of the people from California was moving to Arizona and New Mexico.
Oh yeah, the prices here have shot up, and that's why this is purple here now, and that's why Texas has changed. You know, and you've seen the vote actually get pretty close over there as far as going Democrat and Republican and even Texas.
Right.
So they just kind of go out and spread their misery everywhere else. That's what I see. And then they leave what they hated, and then they go make the same thing that's happening here in Arizona. I've been here for quite a while, and prices are shot up. I'd say in the last 4 years, it's a different state now.
Okay.
And it's expected. The way the vote has turned out here, it doesn't shock me whatsoever.
Right. Right. Well, look, thank you so much, Arizona, for calling in. I really appreciate it.
All righty. Thank you, Wade.
All right, man. Thank you for all the people that do watch the show. We really do appreciate you watching the show. Let's see. 907.
Hey, this is Ben, and I'm from Alaska.
Look at that. Is it cold out there? I'm joking.
Oh, it is pretty cold. We just got dumped on, I think, about over a foot of snow in some areas of town here.
Wow. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, I think it's really, really funny how they haven't been calling Alaska when they were so quick to, as soon as polling stopped on the West Coast, you know, the whole blue wall, they made sure to get that up.
Yeah, it's all for optics. They could have called Alaska, and they know damn well who won Alaska. And Fox News' excuse, well, we don't have any boots on the ground there. Then fly somebody out there and get out there. You've had 3 days.
Yeah, definitely. I am definitely confident that Alaska will be going red.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, caller, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Ben.
Man. Okay.
Cold in Alaska. Listen, here's my biggest concern, if you want to hear it.
What's it?
I'm hearing the Democrats saying up here in Pennsylvania, we're so proud of how the mail-in ballots work, and now we have a different way to vote, and we should all celebrate that. Do you realize that these mail-in are not going away? This is what they're going to want to do. It worked out this year. They are going to push this narrative and run with it. This will be the new thing. They're going to try to force the entire country to mail in.
Well, you know what? And
they're celebrating it up here.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on TV. And when you look at Florida, you look at Texas, and you look at California, biggest states, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
No problems.
The Florida system's got it down. They had a little mess back in 2000 with Al Gore, but they finally figured it out. And they need to use that demo for the rest of the country in Florida. Will they? No. It's a Republican state, and the Democrats won't do it.
Texas is the largest state, right? Mm-hmm. Or California. So
California has most people, yeah.
So the issue that I have with the mail-in ballots is, and I was talking to somebody in DC today, is and you know, she's on Fox News, and we're gonna have her on the show, and I'm gonna be on her show. But the number of people that voted through mail-in ballots was 99 million people. 99.
Okay. What, mail-in ballots?
Mail-in ballots.
Okay. 99 million.
And only 150 plus people voted altogether, including the 99 million.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense then.
That's weird to me.
I can go out on a limb and just say that I'm not hearing this from anyone. This is my opinion. We do facts on this show, and then we also give our opinion. And what I can tell you is something isn't sitting right with me with the glitch in Michigan. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying deep state's behind the glitch in Michigan, but what I am saying is there was a glitch in Michigan. They flipped a county back to Republican for Trump. They're saying those machines are in 7 different other states. I don't know if that's true or not. But what I can tell you is this, Wayne. If that is the truth, that's weird. Okay. And that's why there could be such a mess of numbers.
Now,
you can't trust digital systems to always work.
Now, we do know from 2016 that George Soros put machines through other states. So, but I don't know if this is a George Soros machine, but I do know that he owns a bevy of machines that they put in the states in 2016 for, I think it was the general election, but it might have been the DNC. No, I think it was the general election. Yeah. And I guess it didn't work. I guess it didn't work for them.
My issue is she's saying it's a tabulation software. There's supposedly 47 in Michigan, 47 counties in Michigan. And like you said, first off, who made this software? China? Who created the digital technology for it? Bill Gates? I mean, we don't know any of this. That's how deep this goes. But I don't like hearing that a county flipped, Wayne, and had to go back to Donald Trump. I like hearing that, but I don't like hearing that there was that much of a glitch. I mean, that happened. There was proof. They flipped it back to Trump.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
And they also flipped some things down in Georgia.
For who?
So, for Biden.
Because of a glitch?
No.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with it.
I mean, if people want, they can redo the whole election, but
if there was a glitch in Georgia and they flipped it for Biden, then that needs to be investigated. But right now, all I know is that there's proof that there's a flip in Michigan. There was a glitch in Michigan. That's alarming.
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, if they show the judge and the judge says that that there's something here, then it's on the judge to make that choice of going through because they have to go to the judge it's part of the lawsuit. So, like I said earlier, if they have proof and they show it on the machine, I'm surprised that they went ahead and did it already.
Well, there was a glitch and they fixed it. They ran the ballots back through and it read it properly.
The woman that was talking earlier with Ronna McDaniel, is that the same county that you're talking about, or is it another one?
You'd have to give me a name.
I don't know. It was played all day on social media. The woman was standing in front with Ronna McDaniel talking about the software. So when you're saying that it flipped the whole county, now she didn't say that it flipped the whole county. She was just talking about the software. But you're saying that it flipped the whole one county in Michigan flipped today is what you just said.
An election, yeah.
So okay, so now I'm saying that if that was put into the lawsuit, the judge has to see that machine or has to see some video or something of the machine to say, okay, yes, this is the issue. That's what I was saying earlier in the show, because there was also some video online today where 2 guys in the dark were talking about ballots. Yeah, man, I got some the guy pulled up and it looked like he had pulled up into a parking lot. It was dark at night. Couldn't see the guy, couldn't see the car. They're talking about ballots. It was spread online. See, they're trying they're trying to give ballots. I'm like,
well, this was
don't push that. And there was more. There was more. There was something that James Woods pushed out that was no picture at all. It's just some woman talking. We know what has to be done with the ballots. This is what has to be done with the ballots. Yada yada yada. Okay, did they do it?
At this point, I'm only listening to people that are associated with the state. I'm not listening to anybody famous. This is a Michigan GOP chairwoman.
All Wayne is saying is that the judge has to see it, and then when the judge sees it, then he can make the right ruling, and then they can change everything. They can change everything. I just don't want people to be chasing these stories out of the air, and then they don't have any proof. Show it to the judge. Get it to the judge. You know what? Actually, don't even give it to Trump. Give it to the judge. So that the judge can make a ruling, and then we can see some action.
The good news is that a judge didn't have to see this because it was a glitch. The Michigan GOP chairwoman, Laura Cox.
Part of the lawsuit. It was part of the lawsuit.
I don't know. I don't even think there is a lawsuit in Michigan. All I know is what they're saying now is election software glitch in Michigan, and Antrim County has been incorrectly directed Democrat votes to Joe Biden, which was fixed on Friday, putting thousands of votes correctly into Donald Trump's totals. The software had reportedly caused a significant number of votes to be allotted to Biden in the county. And then in the presumed final count, Biden had originally led the county by roughly 3,000 votes. But once they were revised, Trump won it by 2,500. And this came out and was announced by Michigan GOP chairwoman Laura Cox during a press conference Thursday, and said that 47 other counties use the same software in that capacity. So she doesn't know if there's any other glitches, but she says that their results could have similar discrepancies. So yes,
and
now it will go
to the judge.
Right. But this one did not. I just want to be clear to everyone. This didn't have to go through a judge. They caught the discrepancy. They were truthful with it. They fixed it. The county flipped to Trump. Now there's 47 other counties that use this software. So I'll guarantee you Trump's going to say, hey, I want to recount, and that software corrected. Then let's see if I win these counties. That's what needs to happen. And I'm sure a judge will side with him on that, considering that there's proof there that there was a mess up. There was a glitch. But that scares me, Wayne. How many more glitches are there? You just don't know.
All right. And you can call in, ladies and gentlemen, 718-618-4836. 718-618-4836. Okay. Brandon Bates said, let's see, 626. 626, go ahead.
Hello?
626, go ahead.
Hey, my name is Kai, and I'm calling from Southern California, Orange County. But as you can probably get from my accent, I'm from Germany. Moved here in about 2006. I just want to, call in because I am from Germany. I still have family over there, and I see what's going on over there. It's absolutely horrendous what socialism, especially that kind of hidden socialism, is bringing to us. And I slowly see it happening here too. It's really, really scary. I mean, especially in California, obviously, but now it's spreading throughout the country, and that really scares me.
Yeah. I saw something earlier today. A Democratic congresswoman was angry at the Democratic caucus and called them out for using the word socialism and pushing socialism and claiming that's why they lost Democratic House seats and it shouldn't be done anymore.
Yeah. I mean, they try to not call it that, but it is obvious that it is socialism.
Right.
And with that, obviously, they get a lot of support because people always, I hear it here all the time. Oh, in Germany, it must be so great. You guys got free healthcare. Bogus. That's absolute bogus. Nothing is free in life. Rule number one. We pay a crapload of taxes over there. My dad has paid over 51% income tax. Everything to legally avoid taxes. I mean, he's a businessman, right? You have to try, you try to write everything off that you can to survive, and you earn that money in a hard way. So you obviously want to keep as much as possible, and then they try to hunt you down for every little thing. It's scary what's happening over there. It's going backwards.
It is, yeah.
It's very scary. I would not want to live. You're right. I would not want to live in another country right now. And I don't want to be those other countries. And I can tell you they're spoon feeding us socialism. So we can't notice it. That's the easiest way to sneak in something on us, is just spoon feeding us just a little bit here and there until one day we wake up and we're, that type of country. And that's where the alarm bells are going off. And AOC is bringing it up louder. And that's scary.
And I really hope that people start to connect worldwide in a different manner as well. Because over here they tell you stories that, in Germany we got COVID under control and it's done so nicely. Angela Merkel is the greatest. But a lot of people in Germany don't agree with any of that stuff. There's still a lot of opposing people. We had millions of people on the road in Germany protesting against the whole mask thing and everything. So there's not a lot of agreement over there as well. But over here it's being sold as, oh, look at the Germans. They're doing so well. They follow Angela Merkel. She's such a great woman. And the other thing I just want to mention really quickly is the media thing. I mean, I heard that Fox has kind of turned, also more left. Unfortunately, I don't watch TV news so much anymore because I lost all faith in them anyway.
Yeah.
And in Germany, it's all one-sided. It's extremely one-sided. We don't have any counter media. It's all on the internet, and that's getting censored like crazy, just like here now. So the other voice from the conservatives is diminishing. It's going away. It's really scary. It's 5 to 12 in my opinion.
Look,
that's all.
I love.
Well, just keep watching us, because we're gonna get you the truth, and we're gonna say it how it is. So you just turn to us, all right?
Will do. I will keep watching. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Ming.
Thanks. Bye. Sometimes the best warnings are from people that have lived through it.
Oh yeah. I mean, believe me, we've had people call on the show that have gone through communism and lived through communism, and I mean, I even remember one even called and cried on the show because she saw it coming over here after she had left it. I didn't leave over there. I didn't leave that.
Just get right back into it, right?
Yeah.
I think AOC today really showed what happens to her when she starts to get scared. Or when she feels like she's going to start to fall apart, because she was called out today, and the proof is in the pudding. They've lost seats in the House. They're losing the Senate, and Nancy Pelosi's getting called out. And like you said on the call today, that one girl said, look, we're going to get torn to shreds. We don't dare need to say socialist or socialism anymore and defund the police. We're getting torn to shreds. So then AOC comes out and just has a laundry list. I mean, a novel on Twitter on why it's okay to do this. And you can tell she's losing her grasp, because people are going to start distancing herself from her, because people aren't buying it in this country. And AOC is getting way too drastic for even the most liberal minds. They're going to start shying away from her. She's losing in the greater spectrum, and you can see it in the ballots, Wayne. You can see it, and she knows it. So then she starts a list of Trump supporters, which I find very, very messed up. I mean, that's borderline insanity there. She's writing a list of supporters that have helped him in his campaign. You got issues there.
The caller talked a little bit about misinformation. I was talking with Sarah Carter in, where did we go? Michigan, as a matter of fact. We went to Michigan a couple weeks ago. And Sarah Carter, y'all have seen her on TV. We were talking about misinformation. Misinformation is getting very big. There's a lot of money in it. And many countries are doing it to us. Our government is doing it to us. And it's easy to do it on social media, because so many people use social media and they believe almost everything that they see, or they share things that they see. And it's a lot of it's really harming us, because it creates so much doubt, and it's starting to move very easily amongst many people online. Social media, like I said, misinformation. I mean, when you can get an account on Twitter and Facebook and just put stuff out, buy ads, make you feel a certain way, push it like that, or even, and what happens is some of that stuff filters up to the networks. It filters down,
a lot of it.
It filters down for the networks, but it filters up to the networks because the networks don't do journalism anymore. They just watch what happens on Twitter and Facebook. So if they see certain stories and stuff like that, they'll run those stories on TV, on the network.
Well, yeah, and you're right. Misinformation causes, to be honest with you, civil unrest. It causes panic, and it causes people to assume things and then jump to conclusion, and then make drastic decisions based off of the information that they were told without verifying it. And then again, it circles back around to civil unrest. And I feel like we have been given so much information, misinformation, that's directed at Trump, that we're at this place now. What the media has fed us about Trump, I mean, he's 17 points down in Wisconsin. We now know that was misinformation. That was blatant misinformation. That was a lie right directly to our faces. But you know, Wayne, there were some Trump supporters that believed that and said, oh man, and they could have they didn't go out and vote then. That's a suppression poll when they say that he's down 17 points. When they say they guarantee you that there was a Russian interference and colluding, and then we find out 3 years later that there wasn't, that's misinformation. That has caused civil unrest. We didn't need that for the last 3 years. And anybody that's out there that's a taxpayer should be highly upset. The money that was wasted on that hearing when it came to Trump and the Russian collusion. If you want to talk about the waste of money, let's talk that. But
Cherie says they're trying to kill us emotionally, spiritually, and financially. It all works through misinformation. Because once and then that goes back to something that I talk about all the time, is that when I first started this, I left the Democratic Party because the conservative movement seemed like they were the party of logic and common sense. Over the years, they've become more emotional in the way that they deal with things. I'm like, so when you become emotional, you become an open vessel to receive misinformation a whole lot easier. So if you are like, especially if that misinformation is something that you've been all about, then I knew it, and then you start sharing it, or you start gravitating to the groups that are sharing it, and then you get in a group. You have to do research. If there's one thing about journalism that I found out a long time ago, is if you have a story, you got to go and find, before you say anything about it, you got to go and find 2 and 3 resources about it. When you find 2 and 3 resources about it, then you go ahead and share the story. And now that's journalism. That's just straight journalism. I'm not talking about anonymous sources. I'm just talking about sources for a story. That's journalism. But what the media has done over the past 5-6 years is that they just go to social media. They go to blue check accounts that they think that are, that know what they're talking about, and then they share that stuff. I've seen many websites out here that pull quotes from blue checkers, from emotional blue checkers. They don't check the story. They just make a story out of the blue checkers that are making a story.
And the reason why is because nobody holds anybody accountable anymore.
That's it.
You don't have to check stories anymore, because if you get it wrong, you can just go, oh, I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
And then they're not used to feeling the wrath of being held responsible. And that's honestly the entire Biden generation. They haven't felt pain when you make a bad decision, because their entire lives they've been told it's okay, go to your safe space. And in order to understand emotion and to be held accountable for something, you have to be able to feel that pain of it. Am I right? I mean, you can't just be baby. And that's what I feel like we're doing. We have an entire generation that has been babied. That's why they cried when Hillary lost in 2016. And that's exactly what's going on now. So if you try to hold the media accountable, They're going to pout and cry and tell you they're sorry. Please be my friend.
Right.
Look at Steve Scully, for example. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I was going through a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they do. Look at the. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. 440. Go ahead.
Hi, so I'm Sumit. So I'm calling from Ohio. So the only thing I want to tell you is I'm a Trump supporter. So I voted for him. I asked my family to vote for him. One of my in-laws, they were like Democrats, but I explained them a lot of things, and they voted for Trump. And the only thing I am just wondering is, which you can answer, Trump is not that dumb that he didn't know, like, these guys who is after them since he get elected, Russia hawks, all this thing, that they're gonna do something in this election. So he might be just, there's some intelligence or something he must be collected before the election. If he didn't, then it's going to be very hard for him to prove himself that something happened. What do you think?
Yeah, he has to have proof. He has to have more than just a video of a guy taking ballots out in a Tupperware container. He has to have hard evidence.
I got that. He had that evidence after the election. So what I'm trying to say is, like, he's the president of the United States. When Obama was president, he can open a illegal investigation of Russia hawks against him. So he had the power of DOJ, intelligence, every agency, higher agencies in the country, because he's the president, right? So he knows who is printing ballots, who is sending ballots, where they are going. So all those things he must know before the election, right?
No,
it goes by state.
No.
It goes by state. They print their own ballots. The states print their own ballots.
Right. I mean, Leah's right. The president doesn't control the states. He doesn't know what's going on in the states. The states do their own thing, and I would be. I don't think I'm too far away to say honestly, he really doesn't care about what happened. I mean, I don't want to make that sound bad. He doesn't care about what happens to a state on a daily basis, because the states have a governor and a lieutenant governor and the mayor and different things like that. Okay, but when it comes to elections, though, the reason why he's laid claim to possible fraud is because through his lifetime, and he said it, he's seen things as a businessman happening during elections, and that's why he called it out. But as president, you don't know who's putting what machines or what ballot boxes or anything, or any,
or just glitches that weren't even controlled by somebody,
right? Or any company that's delivering ballots to a business. He doesn't know about that.
No, I got that thing. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm Indian. Not Indian means American Indian. Indian from India.
Right.
When we were young, right? So when we were young, U.S. used to send money to Pakistan, and they used to change the regime there. So if he's a president, he should know how all these things work and how these U.S. is changing regime in other country. So why can't they change this regime, which is Donald Trump, in U.S.? So he should know all these tactics these guys were using from last 20 years. Like Pakistan and India have always the war, and Pakistan U.S. used to give money to Pakistan just to change the regime just for their own benefits. We know that. And this guy should know, because he is sitting as a president. He knows
but again,
how these people use all these tactics to change the regime in other countries like Iran, Afghanistan. Like, people of those countries don't want all that thing, that U.S. government is sitting there and army is sitting there, but media doesn't show all these things. But we know that because I lived there in my young life, and we know, like, U.S. is doing all this, but until I reach here and I see how this governments and this Democrats and all these things are playing here, now I know. So he should know these guys can do this thing to him because everybody is against him. I'm not saying that the Republican Party is not against him. They are all like fucking assholes. They are against him.
All right. So you're saying he should know that he's fighting the deep state. He shouldn't have been surprised about this.
Deep state, exactly. Yeah, I should use that word.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He was just hoping for a big red wave so that way he didn't have to go into this. But he warned us about this, and now he's going to fight it the whole way up as far as he can go.
Thank you for your call.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand. I understand to that point. And like you said, he did expect, he probably expected a whole lot more votes, actually, to tell you the truth. Or at least I did anyway. I expected a whole lot. 802?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So my question is has the president found out, and what does he plan on doing with having, I'm actually from Vermont, and I did vote for Trump, absolutely. But what is going on with the schools and having children fill out ballots? And
I've not heard about it. There were children filling out ballots?
Yes, there is.
What type of proof do you have for that?
Parents, all of the parents are talking about their kids coming home and saying that they've literally filled out ballots in school, that they were handed ballots in school.
Where?
I'll have to look into that and review it. Is that in Vermont?
Yes, it is. One school I do know is the Bellows Falls area.
I'll look into it and see if I can get anything verified. And if so, then we'll definitely address it on the show. We appreciate you bringing it to our attention.
Yeah, we sure do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. That'll be interesting. I'll look into it. That way we can get you some real news if there is any.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when we go live. Some people will divulge information that has not been checked. So if you are out there and you would like to check that too, you can. We'll check it. We'll check it.
If you do say something, we won't run with it, but we will look into it. I will look into that story and see if I can get proof on it. And if so, then we owe to our audience to report that. But we also owe to our audience not to give any false information or false hope, like you see a lot of the mainstream media do. And that's why I think a lot of people are tuning into us, because we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't give fake news or false hope. Let
me, for all of you that are out there right now, thank you for tuning in. Let me throw this to my partner here. Do you think Congress is gonna pass a stimulus now?
Yeah, I do.
After the election?
I do. I heard Mitch McConnell talking a little bit today, and then I heard Nancy, and I heard a different tone from her, and I do feel like they will now. The election's over. Nancy didn't want to give Donald that +1 for him. That would look like a win for him. Remember, I mean, this was a detrimental election. She couldn't give that to him. She would have rather seen people starve. So she did. Now she'll budge a little bit, like she said, and they'll budge and they'll come to something. Also, Mitch McConnell saw that the unemployment was lower than what it was even 3 weeks ago. So that will change what they'll give out in stimulus as well. It'll probably be a lower stimulus package, which the Democrats and Republicans will be happy about. But yeah, I think there will definitely be a stimulus now, of course.
Okay. 863, you're alive. Go ahead.
Hey, Wayne. Hey, Leah. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Hey, this is Sue from Florida. Our election went well here. We know how to count here.
Amen. You sure do.
So how do y'all think this is going to play out?
Do you want to go first, Wayne?
Nope.
To be honest, here's the thing. I'm just going to go off of what I know because none of us have ever been through this. I know that Trump hates to lose, but I also know that you have to have proof in order to win. If Trump can come up with the amount of proof that he needs to win, which means he has to gain ballots and he has to have Joe lose ballots in a few states. If he can show that proof and it goes the whole way up in court, he'll win it. Trump does not lose court cases. He will win it. But you have to remember something. There has to be a substantial amount of proof. And you don't need nationwide voter fraud to have proof. You know, it's sporadic here and there. But if it's enough fraud that's going on that can win him the election, the law can't deny that. And if you have the proof right there and the lawyers are holding it up for the judges can't deny that. So yes, if there is enough proof and he can get enough votes, he will win the presidency.
I agree with all that. But I see, I follow Twitter a lot, and I see so many videos out there.
Yeah.
They're filling in ballots and these other things that are happening. And they had videos of the caravans coming in there early morning bringing in ballots. There was another one on Twitter today when this guy was at the dump and he was opening up ballots that were for Trump. I mean, it's just crazy. In California, too, they're showing them emptying out them ballot boxes the day after the election where they never counted ballots.
Well, this is what I can say. When I first...
proof out there now, it's crazy.
Yeah, they have to be able to prove it. People can record videos and fill in ballot boxes all they want, but they have to have, as you know, substantial amount of proof for it to hold up in court. You know how that goes.
Yeah, the bad thing is it seems like Twitter takes them down as quick as they're posted.
Well, you know, I mean, honestly, when we look at things like that, again, I'm looking at some of our top people that's on our side, and they are putting up stuff. They're trying to outdo each other to put up stuff, and they're running an emotional racket. Okay, I call it an emotional racket because it's not really helping anything. Because sooner or later, then something comes later, and then it debunks whatever they put up. But then they don't apologize; they just keep it going. And I'm like, you know, it's not doing any. First of all, it's not helping President Trump. Second of all, it's not helping the people that are following, because so many people. I wonder how many people are really sick to their stomach right now about what's going on because of the information that they're getting online.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can make a good comparison to this, and it's really, when I first heard how bad sex trafficking was in the United States, I didn't believe it because I didn't see it with my own eyes. It was just rumors after rumors after rumors. We knew there was some once in a while, but we didn't know how bad it was until they started saying, New Jersey, we just, caught 45 kids in a shipping container that are now safe, or, we just found 100 kids in Michigan that were locked up in a barn. And then that's the proof. That's the proof. Now, they're not saying sex trafficking is this nationwide emergency where we have to keep our kids locked inside the homes because it's everywhere, every mile, every county. Just like with the voting fraud. We're not saying it's everywhere, every mile, every county. But if it's sporadic enough where, just how the kids were popping up left and right, if these votes are popping up left and right in these different counties or these different states, then you have an issue. You have a real issue, even if it's just in certain locations at certain times. Right. And I think that there could be enough to go on, as we're seeing. But we have to wait and see how it plays out.
Yeah, we have to put it in God's hands.
All right, dear. Thank you.
Thanks for calling in.
I'm going to tell you, I appreciate y'all, and I listen to y'all every day.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Love ya.
All right. We got two reports that I want to play for you. One of them is, I know y'all are going to say, why even show C-SPAN? CNN, but
At this point, our audience probably likes CNN better than they do Fox News.
Probably.
I'll be honest with you.
Probably, to tell you the truth. Let's go ahead and play.
Let me bring in Caitlin Collins, who covers the Trump White House for us. And Caitlin, you're hearing more, you're learning more from your sources about President Trump's views of his legal team.
Yeah, because, Jake, we're quickly moving from the vote counting phase of this election to what appears to be the litigation that the president has promised and just did so a few hours ago, saying that the legal proceedings are on the way and they are moving forward with that. But the question that the president himself seems to be raising tonight is about the team that he's assembled to fight for him in court. We've seen so far that's been Rudy Giuliani, the former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, Matt Morgan, who is a Trump campaign attorney, and a few others. But, Jake, we're being told tonight by sources that the president is raising questions about the effectiveness of that team and asking people if they're going to be able to properly fight for him and do a good enough job, basically suggesting he doesn't think that they're up to the task. And he's even told one person he wants them to find him better attorneys to put on his team because he wants a team of what he described to one person as killers. And the question, of course, is going forward is why didn't the president raise these concerns sooner, or why didn't aides really think of this strategy earlier? Because the president has been forecasting for a few weeks now that there was likely going to be legal challenges if the outcome of the election was not in his favor. It doesn't appear right now that it is going to be, though, of course, it has not been called yet, and we're still waiting on some vote counting in, of course, critical states. But it's moving into that phase, and the president himself is even raising questions about the team that's going to be representing, that's going to be fighting for him to potentially get a second term. And we're told it's not only the president raising those questions, it's also some of his top staffers who are raising questions about whether or not they're going to have enough of a heavyweight of a legal team to help them wade through this litigation that they are trying to pursue, because they keep comparing it to the 2000 Florida recount, Jake, though, of course, a lot of those attorneys went on to be White House counsel, Supreme Court clerks, Supreme Court justices, and they don't feel like that is what they've got as their legal standing at this point.
Let me say this. President Trump is fighting for his life right now. So he wants the best. And you can't, you can't get mad and say, well, why doesn't he trust this person? President Trump is fighting for his political life right now. First off, he's not a politician. Second, the way business is, if somebody's not performing the way that they were supposed to, and you don't wait until the end when you make a change. You make a change midstream if you need to make sure that you get the results that you need to get. So, I can see that. But Carl Rove, who my co-host, well, I don't know if my co-host got the board from Carl Rove.
I didn't. I was actually at Sam's Club, and they had these cool boards, and I thought, oh, this would be cool to use on election night. And then somebody said, well, that's like Carl Rove. And I was like, you know what, Carl Rove? Oh. So It was kind of like I didn't even think about it, but at the same time, he does it first, so I can't.
But you know what? I think he goes along the same lines as I do about this voter fraud. Widespread fraud is basically what Trump's lawyers are trying to push to the court
for the past 3 days. And Carl, when you look at this, and everybody watching Arizona, watching Nevada, watching Pennsylvania, where do you think we are at this point?
Well, we're close to the end, and if we would all just sort of take a breath and step back for a minute, by Monday or Tuesday, all of these ballots will have been counted, and there'll be a chance for each of the campaigns to either seek a recount or to go after some elements of the ballots that have been counted, and particularly those that have been segregated in Pennsylvania, and have their say in court. But this is a moment where each campaign, if they have issues, need to come forward with the evidence and to file the suits, let it be adjudicated, file the complaints, let the complaints be examined. We have procedures in place in every one of these states, and we would be better, and frankly, not tonight. I hope it sounds like Vice President Biden is inclined to make a big statement tonight. I hope he doesn't, frankly. I think the country would be better served if we just let the process play out. It takes a little bit longer than in the past, but that's because so many more people cast their ballots this year via mail and COVID, and it's just taking longer to count them, particularly in states that didn't allow them to be validated and verified.
Interesting to hear you say that.
Yeah. We're still let's see. We're still taking phone calls too. One of the reasons why I was on here is because Joe Biden was supposed to be going live tonight. And I wanted to see what him and hopefully they are going to do a little victory thing. You know.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I've heard, and it is a verified source. They're either going to, if a state is called by the AP or probably Fox News, they're going to come out together, Joe and Kamala, and they're going to address the nation, then have fireworks at 11 p.m. If there is no movement with the states, which really there hasn't been, he will come out at 10 p.m. He will not be outside. He's going to address us from inside, I heard, and it'll just be him. He will not be with Kamala because they can't social distance and be outside, of course. But he's just probably going to address the nation and say, hey, we're still counting. We feel very confident. Stay safe and calm. These things take time. So we're either going to have one or the other tonight, depending if they call Pennsylvania or Georgia, so on and so forth.
Do you think they'll call Pennsylvania tonight?
No, I do not think they will.
All right. Do you think that they'll call any state tonight?
If I could look at the numbers quickly, I could tell you. But from right now where I stand, I heard Nevada, Arizona are all saying Saturday, maybe into Sunday. Pennsylvania was very close. They had 40,000, I think, absentee to count, but they were taking their time with that. So no, as of tonight, I do not think we'll get a call by 10 p.m. I mean, it's already 9:32.
Yeah.
But I don't see this. I see this dragging on till probably even Monday. I don't know how much they're going to work on Sunday.
Let me see. What we got here?
If I could see the percentages, I would know right away.
I'm very shocked about Pennsylvania like that with the 16,000 plus, especially when he was. I mean, I remember that was like in like 4-digit, not 5. The Georgia thing went from 1,500 to 4,200. Arizona really hasn't changed. Even though they're finding votes for Trump, it's still way up there. It's still way up there. Nevada, I think they said that lead has grown.
Nevada, yeah, that's grown. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And North Carolina hasn't moved. Actually, North Carolina hasn't moved.
No, I'll tell you, that worries me about North Carolina too. Remember, they had up to 9 days to count,
right.
And I think so many days to get in the ballots. So if that's any indication that we have a lot of Democrat mail-in ballots coming in, I will be concerned about North Carolina just as much as I am the other ones. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see a video today of a reporter in Pittsburgh at the voting polls, and he was standing maybe 2 feet from them as they were counting the ballots. And then I find it very odd how Philadelphia wouldn't let them in and then move them in and then require them to be 10 feet and then move them to 6 feet. And Philadelphia at this point is playing hardball. I don't get why Philadelphia is doing this. They say that Trump is all about being divided and angry. If that's the case, then why didn't they come out friendly and just say, yeah, go ahead and look, it's no big deal. It's cool. We're not hiding anything. And what I find the most disrespectful, and I really wanted to talk about this tonight just for a minute, was how the mayor said, put on your big boy pants, Trump. And then they said, do you think he's lost this election? And he said, yes. And he then announced in the same breath that they still had 40,000 votes to count.
Yeah.
You can't say that. And you don't know about Nevada. You don't know about Arizona. Why did he say yes? And if I was there as a reporter, those reporters all sucked. You know why? Because the next question out of my mouth would be, how do you know he's going to win if you still have 40,000 ballots to count? And also Nevada and Arizona are only at 95%. How do you really know that?
Well, I mean, I'm
Terrible.
glad you said that, because there was a congressman in Arizona, Chris Steyerwall. I know y'all know Chris Steyerwall from Fox News. He's a man with baby teeth, you know, that real small teeth, and when he smiles, he look like he got 1,000 teeth on the top and the bottom. You know, his grill is kind of really screwed up. Well, he's been against Trump since Trump got in office. I'm talking about Chris Steyerwall. This congressman called out Chris.
They just keep covering for him. Brett Baer keeps bringing that head of their supposedly decision desk on to explain it, and he calls it transparent. That's not transparent. That's a cover-up, Brett. Transparent would be, I am so sorry we screwed this up. Fox News owes the American people an apology. I'm sorry to the President of the United States. He deserves better than this. We've fired the decision desk people, Chris Steyerwalt and all the rest of these knuckleheads. They're entertainers. They're not scientists. They're entertainers. So that's my frustration, in addition to several other things.
Wow. Wow.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris. Let me see. Let me get the phone number back up here. If you are watching right now, we're facing huge suppression. So we're asking you to share on the social media platforms. Take a few minutes, share the show. That's it.
Yep.
That's
Just hit share. That easy. You never know who is watching Fox News right now and should be watching us instead.
That's right. Turn off Fox News. Turn off Newsmax. Turn off OAN. Check us out. Call in too. I'll put up the number in just a few seconds.
Yeah, you can't call in on Fox News. Go ahead, try to call in and give your opinion on Fox News. You can't even get through. They don't let you do that.
Hey,
831. Go ahead.
hey, it's Kathy that's been trying to get a hold of you for a week.
Oh,
you have been.
I finally got through.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you and Leah and even Brian, though, that he's not there, that we love you guys and I watch you every day.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you. We love you too. You're an awesome audience member.
I got through.
What's your take on how things are right now?
I'm the one that's been telling you guys for a week. I'm sick to my stomach. I can't sleep. I'm scared. I feel they're cheating. I'm just confused.
What state are you in, Kathy?
California.
Oh, boy.
I know.
I'd be scared too.
In 2016, 1 second after the polls closed, we went blue. They did the same thing this year. There's no way they could have counted all those votes, and people are still in line waiting to vote.
Wow.
And
they just don't care.
Election.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're in Southern California where it's less crazy.
No, I'm in Monterey County by Pebble Beach and all that.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well,
everybody knows where Pebble Beach is from the golf tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm a golfer, so I do know that. Well, I can tell you, just keep the faith, and you know, if he's got proof, if he has evidence, he can take it the whole way up.
No, I hope he has evidence, and I know he's a fighter, and he's not going to give up until the end.
That's right. That's right. Well, look, you going to call back? Yes?
Yes, I'm going to keep trying to call every now and then.
All right.
The other night, I called like 10 times and couldn't get through. This is my 9th call tonight.
Yes, you keep in touch, all right?
All right, you guys take care.
All right.
You too. Bye.
All right. Let me see. Okay. They're just showing a commercial right now. So you're saying that he's supposed to be showing up at 10 o'clock, do you? Yeah.
Well, 10, but if they feel like it's close enough in Philly and they might, I'm sorry, Pennsylvania, and get an answer tonight or another state, then they're going to hold off to 11.
Wow.
You just never know with Joe.
How you doing? How you doing? How was your day?
I cleaned the house because,
Okay.
as you know, we didn't do the show this morning,
Okay.
and I just had a lot of time to think about what's going to happen over the next few months. And I thought about if Trump wins and if Joe wins. So that I've pretty much just engulfed myself in those two scenarios. I actually called some of my Democrat friends and talk to them about their opinions on things. I wanted to reach across the aisle. I did. I wanted to see how they feel about things because I wanted to get inside their heads to understand why they voted for him. I had to do it today because still to this day I didn't really understand. So I talked to them about it a little bit, and then I talked to some conservatives. And, I'm just trying to put all that into my brain and then come up with some type of conclusion.
Okay.
That's what I've done all day.
256, go ahead. You're live.
How are you, Wayne?
All right, man.
Hey, I just kind of wanted to add to the thing with Biden and Trump. It kind of seems like to me, after kind of looking at what's going on and what's happening, that they're kind of pushing a civil war out of this thing. Because if you think about it, the Democrats think that Biden has won this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the Trump supporters thinking that they've won this thing. Now, I really do think that, there's some stuff going on with the voting that's not right. It seems impossible that Biden could be that close to me. But what I think is I think that, Trump is going to come back. He's filed a lawsuit. And I think that a judge is probably going to find out that, yeah, there's some stuff going on with these machines. And it could fall in Trump's favor. But could you think about what could happen at that point? The left is never going to accept that Trump won it.
Oh, I know.
And they're and it's just literally going to cause a war from that.
Yeah. I mean,
they will.
Yeah. I mean, it's like.
That's why they fenced up the White House on election night.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about that. I've thought about that more than I've thought about anything else, especially because basically what you have here is one of those landing moments where you're stuck on the tarmac and people are getting mad because you ain't taking off and you're not pulling in. You're just stuck on the tarmac. And the results are that Joe has been up for the last couple of days. Joe's on top. Trump's numbers haven't changed. Haven't changed at all. So bottom line is, or the point I'm trying to make is, sooner or later, you give everything to Trump when the other guy's been up for so long, man, things are going to burn, and they're going to burn a lot longer. I do know that the people on the right are going to be mad. They're going to be angry mad. I don't think that they're going to be.
No, we're going to go to the network the next day.
Antifa mad or anything like that. But
no.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
But then again, you do hear some people on the right saying that, oh yeah, I'm ready to go. So we'll see.
Right.
It's a shame that we had to do mail-in ballots. If we would have just had in-person voting like we normally do. Right. I never know if you hung up with them or not. You'll have to give me a signal, Wayne, when you have hung up with them, or if there's a caller, because I can't tell.
Well, thank you, 256.
Oh, you're welcome. You have a good day.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about another thing, but it's like I don't want to have the sound of the phone ringing. It would be too.
No, or just if you're going to keep them on, I'll know then you always thank them before they hang up. I had thought he hung up, but I'll listen for your cue to thank them, and I'll know that you've hung up. But he's right. I think that they are anticipating for something to go on, and unfortunately, this is where we are. I mean, this country has been through things like this before, So I wouldn't be surprised if something like this happens again. And you have to remember, I've heard from numerous people that when we're not fighting with someone else, we're fighting with each other. And this whole year, we've had peace in the Middle East. We haven't had wars. And here we are fighting with each other. It's like, can't we just, just stop and just be thankful that we're the freest country in America and that our president is working hard for us? Just stop for a minute and be thankful.
You were going to say it, weren't you?
What?
Can we all just get along? You were going to say it, weren't you?
No, I was not. No, because if we all get along, then it wouldn't be any fun. It's great to have our own opinions. It's great to have our own opinions. It's great to have heated discussions. But when you have the left coming out and rioting, what's this?
Well, you said that you wanted a thing that there's a phone call, so I'm doing it later.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, anyways, I had something really good to say, but we'll wait since Wayne had to answer the phone.
You sure?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just here for decoration. Right in the middle of my good conversation.
Decoration, you all. 916. Go ahead.
Oh, is that me? 916?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm Patriot Nurse Beatty on Periscope, and I've been listening to the callers calling in from California and all over the state.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we really need to take a look at California because the same best voting counting machines that have been used in Michigan, which they've already had to roll back 6,000 votes, were also used here.
Wow. Oh. Okay.
So in California, the votes have not been counted. There are many, many video evidence. If you just look up a hashtag recount California, you will see on the 4th, they were collecting ballots. And in a county that I live in, Butte County, our county, our district, actually, Doug LaMalfa won, a Republican, but yet our county is being counted as blue.
So you're not a blue county.
To me.
So you're saying that a whole lot of votes are still outstanding in California, but they've already called California.
That's right. So like in Butte County, I was a skeptic and I was a little nervous. So I waited until election day to actually hand in my ballot. Although we couldn't go to a polling place, but I got to return my ballot to the ballot box on the 4th. But my ballot currently says it's been received, but my ballot has not been counted yet. And many of my friends in Butte County are the same way, and all across California, it is the same way, but yet they've already called for Joe Biden. And I will tell you, historically, we learned from history, this county of Butte County is a red county. And that's why Doug LaMalfa has been our congressman for so long. We have the Assemblyman James Gallagher, excuse me, who just won the lawsuit against Gavin Newsom. But according to our Secretary of State, Butte County is a blue county, which has never happened. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Confusing. So,
wow.
It's totally crazy, but you have to look into the machine. So apparently the husband of Feinstein is the one who has interest in these ballot counting machines, which the ballots had 6,000 of them were miscounted for Joe Biden instead of Donald Trump in Michigan. So there's 30 states that have them, California being one of them. And being a part of the GOP in California and organizing events, I've seen numerous things happen where California is waking up. In Sacramento, California, they have done numerous things for Trump. And so for his numbers to be so low, and a lot of the people that I know, their votes still haven't been counted. So 8 minutes for them to call the election for Joe Biden is just a little crazy for me.
It is, and it's unfair. It's unfair to the Republican voter. Even if it does go Democrat, it's still unfair.
The GOP in California is not saying anything. The only person I've heard say anything is actually my congressman and the woman running in Sacramento, Chris Bish, who is actually fighting a lawsuit because California has so much fraud in their elections. Congresswoman Doris Matsui, there's an ongoing lawsuit that takes place on the 30th That Doris Matsui hasn't lived in California since 1979, but not one news outlet will cover it. It's been on file for the longest time. They had a court date on the 2nd of November, which got postponed until the 30th in case Chris Bish lost, but nobody wants to look at that. California really needs to be looked at with the microscope, because this is crazy. But Republicans have to stand up. And we have to remember that at the end of the day, that God is in control.
That's right.
That is it. That is it. God is in control. And thanks for your call, California.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, I said earlier, you know, I honestly am
at peace.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can say that. I'm at peace because I know that God is going to take care of it however it turns out. You know?
Well, I'm at peace because, I mean, yeah, I want Trump to win. I believe that God will do whatever it is his will, and say his will is having Joe Biden in. Remember, Joe Biden didn't do anything in 47 years. So he's not going to do anything for the next 4, right? If he gets in, he hasn't done anything in 47 years.
Do you know that Kamala Harris, just say Biden gets in, and then he kicks the bucket after year 2, and Kamala becomes president. She can run for president in 2024.
Yeah, she'll never get it. And let me tell you, Biden's not going anywhere for 4 years.
But say that she wins in 2024. So then she would have been president for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
She can still run in 2028.
She could.
Given her 10 years. Because
I know.
Because
he's going to be a one-term president and he's going to survive. She won't be president.
Now, I mean, look, I don't think that they would get. I don't think Dems would get rid of a black woman from too fast. I mean, the Republican Party would have to come up with somebody that could beat the black woman thing, and the Democrats would run on black woman thing. They would. I mean,
you're really going out there on this.
I'm serious. I mean, I hear it.
I mean, I know, but that's a far stretch. I mean, I see him doing it. You know what? It just reminds me of Jimmy Carter all over again. There's every other day you could only get gas, and he was a one-term president, and that's exactly what Joe Biden's going to be. Gas prices are going to go up. We're probably only going to be able to get gas every other day. He's going to be a one-term president, and that'll be it. That's my hope. That's what I'm going to go with.
That's your hope. Can't take it away. I just think
if he would get in, I'm not even going with that.
I just think that if he does get in, the Republican Senate is going to have to hold the line because they're going to do some crazy stuff. They're going to do some crazy stuff, and as long as the Republican, hopefully Georgia does not
the runoff Senate races,
few Democrats up to Congress. I'm praying.
Surely, I hope not. Because I'll tell you, that's going to tank our stock market. Did you notice our stock market's actually doing well this week, even if there's a Joe Biden presidency? And it's because they think that there is going to be a good balance in the Senate. They do. And that actually opens up the lines for a fair and balanced presidency, because they're going to keep Joe Biden in check. He's not going to be able to pass, the Green New Deal or all these crazy immigration things and, health coverage for all. He's going to have a balanced Senate. And that's what the stock market is holding their hats on to right now. So hopefully that stays the way it is. Like you said, it's all eyes are going to be on Georgia for the next few months. I can guarantee you that.
864, go ahead.
Hello. Hey.
Hey.
Is this Wayne?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Wayne. My name's Joan O'Connor. I spoke to you in 2016 about Trump.
Yes, ma'am.
And now there was some news that just hit Fox on Hannity in, I think it was Wisconsin. There was voter flipping. The machines was flipping from Biden to Trump. They have called him. Jay Sekulow had asked Hannity, because Hannity said he had received a tip that it had hit 40 other states.
Oh, there you go.
Just there we go.
Hopefully.
And you have a blessed day.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
What are the other states, huh? Okay. Okay. I mean, what can you do if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen? What can you do? What can you do?
I mean, the only thing they can do is recount or throw it all out and have a new election.
You can't recount all that. It would take months. And then if you, and I don't know why they don't have re-elections a whole lot more, but the excuse that I always hear is that they cost too much.
Re-elections? I think that there should be a cap. Oh, I just said this last night. I think that no matter if you're running for the Senate, House, presidency, I think there should be a cap and the same amount of money both candidates have to spend. I think that would be more fair. I don't think that you should have to. I think it's a sin. You raise $40 billion for your candidate and there's people starving all across our country and you're saying now you're going to lower taxes and you're going to fix the poor and you just spent $40 billion. That Bloomberg, I'll tell you what, there's a cold place in hell. There really is. Because as much money as you spent in Florida, you spent that much money in Florida and your candidate didn't even win Florida when that money could have been used for poverty-stricken areas that you supposedly care so much about. Screw you, because that's a plain lie, or you would have helped the communities out.
Let's talk a little bit about Pennsylvania because that's where our lovely Leah Bella is from. These are the lawsuits happening in Pennsylvania right now. Voting missing proof identification extension, extended mail-in ballot 3-day deadline, improper mail ballot pre-canvassing, provisional ballots, and poll observer access.
Let's see here. Voting missing proof. Look, Pennsylvania's a train wreck. I mean, that's just called like it is. Pennsylvania is a train wreck. Philadelphia is corrupt. My dad's side of the family's from Philly. We'd always make fun of it, how corrupt they were. We know how corrupt they are. Trust me on that. It's always been just an ongoing joke. It's not the first time. It won't be the last time. Philly doesn't care. They barred the doors and said, you can't come in. This is how Philadelphia has always worked. I've always said they call it the city of what? Brotherly love.
Yeah. Those are the people that destroyed Santa Claus.
And throw batteries at their own NFL team. I mean, they do. I won't walk into downtown Philly. I won't do it. Like I said, my uncle, he has a car dealership in downtown Philly. He gets so many cars stolen off of him left and right. He's to the point where he doesn't care anymore. You know what he does? He goes into right into where their stolen cars are. Like when he gets when he finds out where they are, jumps on the hood and starts screaming and yelling until they give him the keys. He doesn't care. It's just crazy. It's insane what Philadelphia is doing. And it's really sad that the entire state is red, except for Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, our two most dangerous cities in the state, where I'm half afraid to go into, and they get to pick who's president. The two most dangerous cities in the state just picked Joe Biden to be our president. Thanks a lot, Philly and Pittsburgh. Nobody even wants to come there because of how dangerous it is.
Yeah. So right now, I think if Biden doesn't come on, then we're gonna end. I don't want to wait until 11 o'clock. You know, I just want to see what he had to say. I don't think anything's gonna be called tonight for him.
I don't either. No.
But
yeah, I think he's going to come out and give a 1-minute speech, tell his people to all stay chill, and then go back in the basement.
I also want to see where these lawsuits are going. You know, I'm going to see where these lawsuits are going for President Trump, because I don't want his people to have him out there, and they not know what they're doing, because this is for all the marbles, you know.
Yeah.
And I just hope, because I know President Trump watches a lot of stuff on Twitter. He does. He's almost like the news people. He watches a lot of stuff on Twitter, and he repeats a whole lot of what y'all say on Twitter. And some of y'all don't know hell of beans. You don't. Some of y'all don't know a hill of beans because you're emotional about such and such. So he sees it, and then he repeats what y'all say emotional wise. And it's like, oh, no. Let your supporters do that, and you go after the people in Congress. Go after them. Call out Nancy Pelosi. Call out Mitch McConnell. Call out all the people because, I mean, honestly, President Trump, you have a great case to go after all those Republicans right now. You have a great case to go after all those Republicans that took their time to start defending you about all this stuff that was going on. You know,
right?
And people begging for money to be reelected, but you couldn't help President Trump in the last 3.5 years. Man, that just gets that. Man, that's like a bee in my bonnet, and I don't even have a bonnet.
You don't even own a bonnet, do you?
No.
Someone in the chat, Audrey Miller, said Fox just said Biden not speaking. And like what Wayne said, they haven't really called anything. The races aren't moving. I mean, the polls aren't moving. So why would he speak? I mean, it makes no sense to come out and just repeat what you repeated last night. So until they call a state, I don't think we're going to get him to speak.
Any last thoughts, my blue eyes?
I know a lot of people have been contacting me, asking me what I think is going to happen. And I just stick true to what I say. If Trump can find proof, tangible proof that he can hold in his hands and show the courts, then I think he'll win. I really do. He loves this country. He loves his supporters. And I think Trump would rather die than lose this election.
Right.
I do. So I think I think he's going to do what it takes to win. I think that's why he's now moving his team, his dream team that he's trying to put together for these lawsuits. We heard earlier Caitlin, who is my least favorite person, say, that he's trying to fire people and hire better lawyers that are killers. Hey, if I was him, I'd be doing the same thing. Trust me on that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
He loves this country, and don't forget that he loves this country. He loves his supporters, and he's going to fight until he can't fight anymore.
Yep.
And he's going to keep going.
Yep.
And that is my advice to anybody that's out there. He's going to keep going until he can't fight anymore, and he'll go through every single attorney on this planet until he finds, though, that he's got the best team.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is for all the marbles. I'm not going down like a wuss. I'm going out fighting. And I'm going to take.
Let me ask you a question, Wayne.
What's that?
Let me ask you a question. Who would you rather be going up against each other? Would you rather be Joe Biden or Donald Trump in a court hearing?
In a court hearing?
Yeah. I'm just saying, Trump. He doesn't stop until he gets what he wants when it comes to justice.
No.
And good always prevails. So that's all I can say.
He has a solid historical experience. No, he has a experience. He has a lot of experience in court cases.
And he has good instincts. And he feels if he doesn't feel like a lawyer on his team is good, he's going to get rid of him.
You gotta go.
So,
I mean, look, hey, thank you, Johnny, but you gotta go, man.
You gotta go. That's why he changed his staff around so much. He has good instincts. If he doesn't trust them or he thinks they're starting to get bad on him, they're out of there. It's a great way to be.
It's like, I can't have you bigger than me. I can't have you bigger than me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. If something happens tomorrow, we'll
be here.
We'll be here. If this is your first time watching, you can always download our app, free app, in the App Store. Just look under Wayne Dupree Podcast. You download it. It's free.
Download it. It's simple to download. And remember, this is a great way to get our alerts for breaking news. So if we come on, there's breaking news, and you want to know our opinion on it, and because you don't trust Fox News, This is a great way to see that we're breaking something. Maybe you're shopping in the store like I was tonight. I didn't know. I looked, Wayne Dupree going live, breaking news, and I was like, oh man, I got to get home, get on the show. And that's great to have for breaking news.
Right.
So all you got to do is download it. And remember, you can chat with us. You can send us messages, call into the studio right directly from this app. It'll allow you to call into the studio and also has your local traffic and weather as well. It's all free to you.
That's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk to you real soon. Y'all have a great weekend. God bless.